What's up, everybody? Just got off work. It's pretty late. Gonna do some 318 breakdown stuff for you guys. Kind of go over some things that are already done to the car, so kind of have a good foundation of where I'm starting with this thing. Do some beauty shots on it. Here she is. I already got it hard parked out here in the light. You know, no one's in this garage since it's like 12 o'clock at night. But obviously I'm not going to be using this camera for the job. I've got my DSLR with me. Going to be shooting some stuff on that. Kind of show you guys around the car in a little more detail and talk about some stuff. So, 318 Ti is one of the compact models for the E36. I know the 318 Ti was the only one sold in America, I do believe, but over in Germany and other places and Europe, they were able to get their hands on things like a 323, which had the S54 in it, I think. Correct me on that if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it had an S54. But over here in America, we only got the little 4-cylinder. Interior is pretty interesting. It does not share the same dash as a regular E36, which I find to be really appealing. I don't know why. I think it's just, it kind of reminds me more of like an M5, like an older 5 series, kind of E34. It's got just like really classic BMW styling to it. The center console is pretty basic. It doesn't have any computers or anything. Well, it does have this guy. This thing tells you the time. It's a clock. I wonder if you've ever seen one of those. It can also tell you gas mileage, but to be truthful, I haven't taken the time to figure out what button that is. And here is the piece of resistance, this sick Prindle with 321 liftoff action. As far as what I've done to the car already, nothing. Went ahead and got on eBay, picked up some AC Schnitzer headrest. Not sure if they're authentic, but my neck does thank me daily. I highly recommend set a neck rest. Just when you want to lean back but you don't want to take a nap in the car, support your head. Not too long after I got the car, well actually when I got this car, the small dealership said they had replaced the window regulators. And I was like, sweet. I guess I can go out often. I don't know, my last car didn't have any problems with that. But about two weeks later, I was driving the car and the window just made a loud pop noise. So I was just kind of freaking out, didn't know what to do, pulled over, jimmied it back in place. Turns out it was a window regulator. I guess it was the clip inside. I'll show you. So on the other side of this guy, there's a little plastic clip and it slides back and forth in this tray. And I'm assuming that something went wrong there, and it popped off track, causing this shaft to bend as it was rolling up. So I had to go ahead and order myself an entirely new regulator. Seemed like a pretty straightforward job. Just take it out, put the new one back in. But somewhere along the line, I just made things totally hectic for myself. The window at one point was completely out of the car, and I could not get the new regulator to work. It seems so easy in theory, but in reality, I had to fiddle with that thing for quite a long time, and I actually could not figure it out. My grandpa came through, we both agreed that if the regulator wouldn't work under the proper care that I had given it, that we would just kind of go savage on it and bend it. He was just in there with like pry tools and vice grips, just yamming on it side to side, and we just gave it a test run. The window went up first try, went down, kind of a little nervous for it, but it's probably about 60 complete roll-ups and roll-downs, and the window is still on track. Hasn't come off yet. I guess it's probably time to go ahead and get the old door panel back on. Gotta find out where I can get some more of this nasty goop stuff to keep the insulation on. I got some extra clips to plug these holes, and I gotta get some glue on these goofy guys. Getting a little tired of rolling around in missile mode. It's not very fun. Look like a scumbag. Other than the neck rests and fixing the window regulator, the only other thing that I've done to the car was put on my old set of DS2s. These wheels, I got them off Craigslist back when I had my old E36. I was so hyped to get these guys. I just thought they were just so sick. And after I had them for a while, I realized how common they were to find on an E36. When I got this car, the 15 inches that came stock on it, they just were not cutting it for me. They look bogus, to say the least. So I went ahead, got these guys dismounted. Well, backstory, I had them on my car when I crashed it, took it off the road, back when I got Cindy. There was like just mad stuff crammed down in between the bead and kind of punctured it a couple of tires, so they were ruined. The back set was pretty much already gone from burnouts. So I had them demounted, jacked the car up, put the wheel on, which I'm sure that like there's gonna be a comment maybe about how that is just not safe for your axles in the back or something, but I let the car go into drive, and I held sandpaper to the edge of the wheel until I removed the finish, which was actually a pretty thick finish. You wouldn't expect it to be as thick as it was. I'd say it took me 3 days to get the finish off the wheels, and then I spent a day doing the polishing aspect, which also wasn't very easy. I started with 80 grit sandpaper, and I worked my way up to 3,000, doing pretty close steps. I didn't jump too far. I think the biggest jump was probably 2,000 to 3,000, which I guess at that stage is probably crucial, but 3,000 grit sandpaper isn't what you think it is. I don't know how to describe it. It's really, really fine. You wouldn't, if you didn't open the box, you wouldn't know what it was. It just feels like a pad of cloth, but I'm assuming it's got really fine grit down in there. I held that sucker on there like my life depended on it, and got a pretty decent result. The polish came out flawless on, well, I wouldn't say 100% flawless, because a little bit of sandpaper over scratches here and there, but way better than it used to look. There was like curbing on some of the wheels, and when I went off the side of the road, it just kind of scratched them up real bad. And I went ahead and had them wrapped in Toyo Proxies. Shouts out to Tire Discounters for the hookup. They didn't really hook it up. It was just a nightmare. I guess what I'm saying is the word Toyo sounds cool. I'm gonna go ahead and just show you guys what's under the hood of this bad boy. Like I said earlier, The interior really mimics an older generation BMW, somewhere like an E30, maybe like E34. And I think the same with the engine. Like this piece right here just really reminds me of something you would see like in an E30. Like I've seen a couple pictures that really like resemble this. I'm sure it's adapted from the same style, but the M52 just looks a lot different. And not really too much going on down here. This big behemoth of a fan, definitely gonna have to swap him out. Somehow I'm gonna have to make the battery fit in the trunk or somewhere else. I don't really know. I don't think there's room when I do the engine swap for the battery to be up here. So supposedly this car was a California car its entire life, and it made its way to Georgia in 2012 where it sat until the small dealership was able to pick it up for like a pretty good deal. It's 100% rust-free California car, so a perfect platform to start a great build on. I love the car. I never saw myself as a TI owner. I was pretty die-hard, regular body style. Something just changed one day and I was like, that hatchback is just sexy. I guess I just never seen a really good example of this car done all the way out. But after I saw it, I just fell in love. I knew it was just, had so much more personality than a regular E36. And I love the fact that you just don't see nearly as many as these. I want to do this TI in like a fresh perspective, something almost not done yet. I don't know what it is that's going to be, because so far what I've got planned out has definitely been done like many a time. But I want to do something fresh to this car that make it stand out from the rest of the E36 and especially the TI. So if you're in the market for reliable entertainment and car updates, you should go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If you leave a comment, I can offer a money-back guarantee that I will reply to your comment.
They don't want no cameras on the property.
Okay.
I mean, you can come in with a camera in your car, leave it in your car. You can't be out. I don't know what, I don't know what it is, but just
All right.
I didn't see you. Okay.
Sounds good. I'm just wrapping it up.
Okay. Okay. But they don't want any. They don't even want you to have a cell phone with a camera.
Yeah, that's goofy. I've never heard anything like that before.
Well, it's a Privacy Act thing, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I was just talking about my
things
car.
have changed since Anderson taken over.
Yeah.
So, before, I was here when they were still building this building back here. And it was more like anything goes.
Okay.
You know, we had TV stations coming in, taking pictures of progress and shit like that. And then when this Anderson guy took over, he said, no cameras.
All right. Yeah, I respect that.
Okay. Who you with?
Tri-State. We work.
Oh, the parking garage.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm just saying.
All right.
Go ahead and finish up what you're going to do, but don't make a habit of it.
All right, I won't. I appreciate being cool about it.
I don't see you.
Sounds good. So, I guess this is where the vlog ends. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and blast that subscription button. Peace out, homeboys.